Hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in, and I apologize for the way that the screen looks. As you know, if you watch my last couple videos, I'm having a problem because there's no pause button on this iPad. Where's the camera here? Okay. Um, so I've got it on my tripod, which is ancient, and I have it facing me so I can explain what I'm going to do. I also have it sideways because it won't fit in the tripod this way. Oh, the challenges. Anyway, so hi. Today is Wednesday, October 18th, 2023. Let me try to look at where the camera is on there. And it is currently I just got home from going to work and then stopping at the dump, just those everyday things that sometimes you have to do. This morning, I had what I thought was a brilliant idea because I had talked to you about the different decks before, and this was one of them, the Spiritsong Tarot. And I let you guys know that usually I only use that to read for myself because I have to refer to the book because the meanings are not exactly what they are in the regular Tarot Rider-Waite or the Tarot Royale that I use. Although the numbers on the cards correspond, the meanings are a bit different. It's a very, very positive deck, I will say that. And I do like using it for myself. However, if I were to use it to try to do a reading for you all on camera, I would have to keep stopping and looking at the book because I don't have that deck completely committed to memory. Or it would just be me reading the 2-word description at the bottom of the card. So I didn't think anybody would really be into that. So anyway, I had this brilliant idea that, well, why don't I pull a reading from that deck, but then pull the corresponding cards from the Tarot Royale, the Marchetti deck that I always use. And then I could show you guys the differences between those two decks. So I shuffled all the cards and I pulled that because I knew that it was going to take a long time, so I didn't want to have the shuffling and pulling, like on camera, because it would probably be an hour and a half by the time I got done doing it. So what I did was I shuffled the Spiritsong deck first, and then I pulled the 2 rows of 3 like I normally do. I didn't go into the what you don't see coming on this one because that would make the reading extra long. I'm not even sure how long this one's going to go, and I don't want to be boring or lose people's attention. So my intent was just do the 3 and 3 and then pull those cards. I also pulled from my other decks that I normally use, which you'll see. So then what I did was I made some notes. I went through the Spiritsong book, and then I made the notes that I needed to make for each of those cards. And then I went through and looked at what the difference. I actually did look at the book for each of the Tarot Royale cards just to make sure that I was doing everything on point. Because as you know, the cards have a base meaning, but I use my intuition and whatever my guides bring in for messages that go with those cards. But for this, I wanted to try to be as precise as I could so I can show you the difference between those 2 decks. And I hope you enjoy this. I had fun doing it, but I always do. So and so I'll show you that and what happened when I did that and what the reading came out to be. I will be referring to my notes. I'm not going to lie. I have my notes next to me that I did when I was doing all of this morning. I did my same, shuffle the deck 3 times, and then I just went through the deck like I normally do until Spirit told me that was the right card. So hopefully this reading has some messages for you, and hopefully you enjoy this. You can let me know in the comments if you liked it. I can do it more often, and I can also use other decks to show the difference. All right, so now I have to try and position this iPad camera to where you can see the cards. Okay, so that's kind of off camera, but I mean, I'll have to hold them up anyway. Let me see if I can. That's a little bit better. Sorry about the wobbles. Okay, so first in the top row of 3, I pulled the Chariot, which as you can see is a rhinoceros, and it's a number 7 card. It's a number 7 card in the other deck as well. So the Chariot says discipline and determination. So that's what that says. And then the corresponding Chariot card to it is a number 7. And to me, the meaning from this card does not exactly correspond with that other card. Then the second card was the Four of Crystals, which is a beaver. And that says control and security. So the Four of Crystals, crystals are pentacles in that deck. You probably remember that I was telling you that that's one of the reasons why it's difficult to memorize those meanings. So the Four of Pentacles in this deck is the man who's holding the box, and he's got his pentacles, his material things, some in and one in his hand, trying to decide what to do. So again, I still didn't feel like that really has the same exact meaning. And then I pulled the Ace of Shells, which is turtle, and that says happiness and abundance. Aces are new beginnings, gifts that somebody's giving you, the universe, a teacher, you know, a inheritance, something like that. And the Ace of Cups in this deck is this, which I intuitively say is all possibilities, which it is. It's got the fish and the water and the moon, and the cup is overflowing. It's got that eye and the beautiful sky in the background, day and night shown. So when I was looking at the book, reading the whole page of the meaning, this can also be looking at something in a different perspective. As you can see that the moon is changing as it's going up and around. So that was interesting to me. All right, so that was the first row of 3. The second row of 3, I got the Knight of Crystals, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Crystals are pentacles, and that's camel. And it says endurance and determination. In this deck, the Knight of Pentacles is not moving forward in a huge amount of action like the other knights in the deck. And pentacles are material things, things you create, your work, things like that. And then the second card in this row was the Ace of Feathers, another ace. This is Ace of Feathers. This is a goat. Feathers in this deck are swords in the other deck. So Ace of Feathers, goat, and it says mental clarity and foundation. So the Ace of Swords in this deck, this is basically the Sword of Truth. I don't know that I've ever pulled this card in any of my readings. It's a really beautiful card. Swords go with your words, intellect, communication. But in this deck, this ace is known as the Sword of Truth. So I don't know if that goes along with mental clarity and foundation like the other deck says. But I also, in this card, intuitively, and when I'm just looking at it, you have the dove. Doves are a sign of peace. So Sword of Truth and peace. So, you know, anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track. I apologize. And then the last card I pulled was the Empress. This is rabbit in this deck, and it says bounty and abundance. So the Empress, bounty and abundance. I do love the artwork on, I mean, these decks, the deck is beautiful. The artwork is gorgeous. There's so many little intricate designs in every one of these cards. I really do love them. And then the Empress in the Tarot Royale, here she is. And they're both a number 3 card. Like I said, the numbers do correspond, but the meanings are a little different. So the Empress is a feminine energy, could be mother energy, Mother Earth energy. You know, and there's just, it is an abundant card. It's beautiful. There's everything there that a mother can create, or the mother of something. You could be the mother of a project as well as you could be the mother of children. So, so there you have it. So those are all the cards that I pulled. Now, what I'm gonna do, I sort of explained a little bit of the meanings of each of the different cards. So the reading was actually what I pulled with the Spiritsong deck. So now what I'm gonna do is try to go a little bit more into depth. So the Chariot in the Spiritsong deck is Rhino, and this is discipline and determination. Discover new solutions. Focus your energy for a successful outcome. Okay, so that's it in that deck. The Chariot is you have already been victorious, but there is some sort of conflict or puzzle. You see how the Sphinxes are not really something that would pull a chariot. They're kind of stopped right there. So there's some sort of opposing idea, opposing energy, and energies, and then you would need some willpower to maintain order. So you have victory, but now you have to rein everything in. It's also a celebratory card in this deck, as you can see. It's just a beautiful card with her in purple and all the things that are around her. So, there you have it for that card. And I did write at the very end of this, I will tell you the concise reading, how it came out with each deck. So don't be discouraged. All right, so the Four of Crystals in this deck, the Beaver, control and security, solid foundation, accomplishment, organization. Adjustments may need to be made. Be resourceful and use your inner power. Okay, so the Four of Pentacles in this deck is, monetary achievement. But this guy is alone and he's kind of prideful. He's like, oh, look at everything I have here. So this card is, don't be possessive of your resources, time, or knowledge. Share and use them wisely or they won't be worth anything. So this is kind of like he's hoarding everything instead of sharing it, right? And fours are about stability or stagnation. So his pentacles could be giving him stability, but if he doesn't do anything with them, then they're just going to stagnate. Okay. And then the next card was the Ace of Shells, the turtle. So this card is happiness and abundance. Stay true to your path. Create a balanced flow of energy. Trust your inner vision. Be open to your emotions and nurture your ventures. Okay. So, and then we had the more traditional ace, which is a gift of emotion, some sort of emotional gift that somebody will give you. This stands for purity, new beginnings, and how do you see your emotions? There are many different perspectives, as I said. Hang on, sorry. Many different perspectives in this card. The moon looks different no matter depending on how you view it, I should say. So as you see the moon, your feelings are drawing you toward romance or a spiritual awakening, artistic expression, or the start of an exciting adventure. Aces are new beginnings. So this could be a new beginning in romance, like it says there. And this, to me, seems extremely different from the other deck. And then we have the Knight of Crystals, Camel. So endurance and dedication. The desire for adventure propels you to travel. Set goals and stay inspired. Trust your abilities. Use your energy to embark on a new path. So that is definitely different than the Knight of Pentacles in the traditional deck. So in this, he's already done the work. He's been through the battles. He's slowing down. His horse isn't, on its hind legs surging forward like most of the other knights. And in this, the material job or money and action has already been done. And now it's time to rest and enjoy your domestic bliss. It's time to regroup. Take time off to protect and defend yourself, meaning self-care. This is more about you've done it. You've done the night's work, the battles, the work, whatever it is. Now you need to take care of yourself. But don't stagnate there. Move on when ready. So that's very different. And then the Ace of Feathers is the goat. Mental clarity and foundation are the words. Sure-footed and will guide you through uncharted territory. Sorry. Ascend to new heights while making a stable foundation. Use your mental powers to progress to a new adventure. So, it's, I don't know. Yes, new adventures. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking and I'm trying to tune in and listen to see if there's anything else I need to say about it. So here's the Ace of Swords. Like we said, the sword of truth. This is a new beginning or a gift of words or intellect or teaching. The sword of truth is communication. Words can either heal or hurt. Use this gift wisely to create a happy and healthy reality. So that seems very different. And then the last card was the Empress. So this is rabbit, beauty and abundance, feminine energy, simple pleasures, guardian of safety and trust. Nurture a new idea to create beauty in your life. Have patience and you will have a good outcome. So that's what this one is. And then the Empress, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Hang on. I dropped it and I want to be able to show it to you. This has really been a weird day. No internet this morning for hours. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. The Empress in this deck is all possibilities in life. And you can see that in the card. It's emotional, it's feminine, it's sometimes can be mother energy, mother earth energy. So the action is actually internal and nurturing. So this isn't I'm going to go out and do something. This is more of a loving somebody and helping them emotionally, nurturing them. The circle is a symbol of balance. That's also the feminine sign there. So both thought and physical world need to be balanced. Creation and passion. You are ready for a new project. Celebrate the gifts of Mother Earth and appreciate the physical world. So it's not necessarily saying, I mean, yes, it can be a create something new card with the help of feminine energy. In this deck, it would be a female friend, a mother, a grandmother, somebody that's going to help you, or you could be the mother, the grandmother, or the feminine energy that's helping someone else. So that's all those cards kind of side by side. And as I said, all the numbers match up. So if I was looking at just the Spiritsong deck, what that came up with was, so if I told you all the words that were with the cards, it's disciplined, determined, controlled, secure, happy, abundant, endurance and determined, mental clarity and foundation, beauty and abundance. But looking at the overall reading of the cards, which I studied that after I looked at the book, you have the tools to create a happy life or a successful new project. You are very determined to make it happen. Get clear on what you want, appreciate your gifts and talents, then go forth and create it. So that would have been what the reading would have been from this deck. Okay? And then the Tarot Royale deck, meaning was, so that was all the same cards, but in that deck. You have victory, but must figure out the next steps. Do not hoard your materials. See the possibilities and start a new project with love. You have done the work and need a rest first. Pay attention to your home life. There is a truth that needs to come out before you begin. Appreciate all that you have learned and all of your physical and material things. Then go forth on a new creation. Or for a new creation, or to make a new creation. All right. So that's kind of how those two matched up. So as I usually do, I pulled some other cards. And so what I pulled was a timing card. And I know this is backwards. It says when you decide. So this will all happen when you decide. And this makes perfect sense when I'm looking at the deck that I understand, which is he needs to take a rest, okay? He needs to figure out what he's going to do with his intellect, his materials, his things that he has created. She needs to figure out the puzzle or the riddle before moving forward. So when you decide it made a lot of sense to me. With the two aces in this deck, we know that there's something new coming, but it's going to happen when you decide that it's going to happen after you've rested, apparently. And then from the Sacred Forest Oracle, I pulled Crystal Cave, Trust. Isn't that a beautiful card? Just look at that card. I love this deck. This is a Denise Lynn deck. So what, and as you know, there is a big, long meaning about this. I'll try to hold the card up as I'm reading it. So the concise meaning is, you can let go and allow your clear, focused intuition to flow freely. Follow the nudges from your soul. Listen to others, but trust your instincts. So that, again, makes perfect sense with this, because we have you figuring out a riddle, we have you resting, we have the sword of truth and communication here, we have the aces where you're going to create, and we have the empress, which is the feminine mother, grandmother, female energy that can come in to help you create that next thing. So it's just so beautiful when these readings come together and like this. The universe is so magnificent. It really, really is. So then I also pulled a card from my animal deck that I just love, and we got my favorite animal on the planet, the horse. And by the way, I hadn't read either one of these two cards, because with all of the snafus that happened with the internet being out this morning and me trying to do this and then having to go to work, build a fire, take a shower, I had to kind of leave the cards and then come back and do it later. So, horse, freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. This is so on point with this. Now this, the goat, we got sure-footed, will guide you through places that you need to go. So that kind of goes with that. Let me read this again for you. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. Also, that was the camel. He has unlimited reserves. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. And so this is, the Chariot is victory. The Four of Pentacles, he has all his things. The Aces are new beginnings. The Empress is there to help you. The Sword of Truth is there for communication and peaceful truth, I like to say. So I think all in all, this is a very good positive reading. Some of you are getting ready to start a new business. Some of you, I'm sorry, I'll try to, yeah, I can't. Some of you are getting ready to start a new business. Some of you may be getting ready to start a new relationship. Some of you may be deciding that you want to sell your artwork or write a book. But some of you are definitely going to be starting something new with these aces. They can also mean that you're going to change the way that you're doing something now. You're getting a promotion at work, or you've created a business, but you want to change it in some way. So that's going into a new direction. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this. I've had fun doing it. Please comment and let me know. I hope it wasn't super confusing, but the good thing about YouTube is that you can go back and listen and watch, and you can pause it and think about it as it's going. I know I myself, when I'm listening to Sagittarius readings, because that's my sign, a lot of times I'll listen and then I'll pause and I might make some notes or mental thoughts about it, and then I'll move on. So I hope this has been fun. Let me know, and I will be back. I plan to start doing readings for signs. I'm hoping to start with when we turn to Scorpio. So I'm hoping that I can get readings up for your signs, because I know that people really, really love that. I know I do. So that is something that I plan to do. Just have to get the time to do it. Okay, I love you all and appreciate all of you who stuck with me through this 25-minute long video. Thank you. Take care.